Have you ever stopped to think that some cities in the United States look amazing in photos, but hide a terrifying reality? While many people imagine perfect streets and safety on every corner, there are places where leaving your house can be a daily risk. And we're not talking about dark hidden alleys. In some of these cities, violence happens in broad daylight. Today, I'm going to show you the 10 most dangerous cities to live in the United States, based on real and official data. So, if you think you've seen it all, get ready. Before we start, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let's start with the first fact. 10. Pueblo, Colorado. A small city with big city crime rates. Imagine a city with a little over 110,000 residents, but with crime rates similar to massive metropolitan areas. That is Pueblo, in the state of Colorado. For years, the city was known for its steel industry. But after the economic decline in the 1980s and 1990s, unemployment skyrocketed, and along with it, crime. Today, Pueblo appears among the cities with the highest violence per resident in the United States, especially property crimes, home invasions, and drug use. Residents say that some areas are practically off-limits after sunset, and believe me, we're just getting started. 9. Monroe, Louisiana. One of the smallest cities, with one of the highest violence rates, Monroe may look peaceful at first glance. Small streets, a quiet hometown vibe, and a little over 47,000 residents. But behind this calm image lies one of the highest violent crime rates in the entire country. In 2023, Monroe appeared at the top of several national rankings for violence per capita. Assaults, car thefts, and shootings are so common that many residents avoid going out at night. The city also struggles with extreme poverty and lack of opportunities, creating a cycle of crime that is very hard to break. The most shocking part? Even though it is small, Monroe surpasses much larger cities in the number of crimes per person. And the next place is even more surprising. 8. New Orleans, Louisiana, party, music, and a dark side tourists never see. New Orleans is world famous for Mardi Gras, jazz, and its unique cuisine. Thousands of tourists visit the city every year expecting a fun and cultural destination. But behind the colors and the music, there is one of the highest homicide rates in the United States. Since the 2000s, the city has struggled with gangs, drug trafficking, and poverty in neighborhoods like Central City and the 9th Ward. After Hurricane Katrina in 2005, many residents lost everything, and inequality grew even more. The scariest part? In some years, New Orleans recorded more than 50 homicides per 100,000 residents, a number higher than some countries at war. And the next city proves that the problem goes far beyond the southern United States. 7. Cleveland, Ohio. The weight of industry and the rise of crime. Cleveland, with a little over 320,000 residents, was once known as an industrial powerhouse in the northern United States. Steel and automobile factories attracted workers from all over the country. But when the industry declined in the 1980s and 1990s, the city suffered mass unemployment and a drop in quality of life. This opened the door for a rise in violent crimes, thefts, and urban gangs. Some neighborhoods still carry this dangerous reputation today, with residents reporting frequent shootings and burglaries. Interestingly, central and tourist areas like the Flats district received investments. But the contrast with outer neighborhoods is shocking. Wait until you hear the next one. 6. Alexandria, Louisiana. Small city. Big problems. Alexandria has around 46,000 residents and looks like a typical small town in Louisiana. But the reality for the people who live there is very different. Violent crimes such as armed robberies, burglaries, and even homicides are surprisingly common. The city faces high unemployment and poverty rates, and many young people end up getting involved with local gangs. The police do what they can, but limited budgets and large dangerous areas make prevention difficult. Residents say that some streets should be avoided at night, even in neighborhoods that seem safe during the day. But things get even stranger. 5. Detroit, Michigan. From industrial glory to urban chaos. Detroit was once the pride of the United States. Known as the automobile capital, it was home to Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler, attracting millions of workers during the 20th century. But when the industry began to decline in the 1970s, the city went into economic collapse. Factories closed, residents moved away, and entire neighborhoods were abandoned. This environment became the perfect stage for the growth of organized crime, drug trafficking, and gun violence. In some periods, Detroit recorded more than 50 homicides per 100,000 residents, one of the highest rates in the country. Despite revitalization projects, large areas are still dangerous and have insufficient police patrols. 4. Baltimore, Maryland, a historic city dominated by modern violence. Baltimore is one of the oldest and most culturally important cities in the United States. It has been the stage for historic events, is home to renowned universities, and has even appeared in several TV series. But behind this reputation lies one of the highest homicide rates in the country. Since the 2000s, the city has faced gang wars, heavy drug trafficking, and even corruption inside its own institutions. In 1999, Baltimore recorded more than 300 murders. And this number is still high today. Many neighborhoods are classified as red zones, where even public services avoid entering at night. The contrast between revitalized tourist areas and abandoned regions is shocking, but the next city takes danger to another level. 3. St. Louis, Missouri, the crime capital per capita in the USA. St. Louis is not the largest city in the United States. But when it comes to violence per resident, it almost always tops the rankings. With around 290,000 residents, the city has faced deep problems for decades, including racial segregation, extreme poverty, and highly organized gangs. In several recent years, St. Louis recorded more than 60 homicides per 100,000 residents, a number higher than many countries in conflict. Neighborhoods like North St. Louis are known for urban decay, abandoned houses, and a constant presence of drug trafficking. Even with revitalizations downtown, crime remains intense in outer areas. The most frightening part? Many crimes happen in broad daylight. Wait until you hear the next one. 2. Oakland, California. Technology, wealth, and a wave of crime nobody expects. When we think of California, we imagine innovation, startups, and a high quality of life. And Oakland is right next to San Francisco and Silicon Valley. But, surprisingly, it is one of the most dangerous cities in the entire country. Since the 1980s, Oakland has faced serious problems with gangs, drug trafficking, and armed crimes. Even with millions invested in technology in the region, the benefits did not reach everyone equally. Social inequality became explosive, and neighborhoods like East Oakland are known for frequent shootings and robberies in broad daylight. In some years, the city recorded more than 1,000 car thefts per month, something unthinkable for such a rich and developed area. But the most dangerous city is still coming. 1. Memphis, Tennessee, the city where fear became routine. Memphis is world famous for its connection to blues music, Elvis Presley, and Southern U.S. culture. But behind the music and history lies a terrifying reality. Memphis consistently has one of the highest violent crime rates in the country. In several recent years, the city surpassed 70 homicides per 100,000 residents. An alarming figure even by international standards. Rival gangs fight for territory in neighborhoods like South Memphis and Fraser, while the police face lack of resources and difficulties containing crime. Many residents say hearing gunshots at night has become common, and even going to the supermarket can be risky. To make things worse, armed robberies and home invasions happen frequently in areas that were once considered safe. The most shocking part? Memphis ranks as the most dangerous city to live in the United States according to U.S. News. and experts warn the situation could get worse without major changes. And yes, this is the #1 most dangerous city in the entire country. The United States may seem like a country of safety and opportunity, but the reality is much more complex. Behind large tourist cities and historic centers, there are places where violence is part of daily life. Each of these cities carries stories of growth, crisis, inequality, and the struggle for survival. Understanding this helps us see the country in a more real and more human way. Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment on which of these cities surprised you the most. The United States is far more fascinating than most people imagine. And before you go, check out the video appearing on the screen. You're definitely going to want to watch it.